What up, GOAT?
What's going on?
Another day in paradise.
All right. Make sure my voice is on here. Let's see. Let me check the stream. Yep.
Yeah, you on mine. All right, GOAT, I'm gonna let you cook. I'm about to toss my music in.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, here we go. This is the final playoff series of Madden 23, and it starts in Glendale, Arizona, home of the actual Super Bowl this year, as the Cardinals will take on the Giants in what is sure to be an instant classic. Every time these two teams meet in the playoffs, it is a memorable occasion. And Arizona will start with the first kickoff. Stanford, the #1 overall draft pick, leads a big hit as he crosses the 20-yard line to the 23. And this is going to be the first time we see Kyler Murray out on the field. And against a Giant defense that ranked top 15 in all defensive categories against the #1 offense in the NFASL. Kyler Murray, how do I say it? Most likely will be the MVP this season, putting up astronomical numbers through the air. So it's going to be a really interesting battle this week between the Giants secondary, really more importantly their pass rush, Kayvon Thibodeau, as well as Azeez Ojulari. Can they get home and not give Kyler the time to dissect this defense? First play from scrimmage here. Motion man is Isabella, and he will be stuffed by Ojulari. That's a loss of 3. And that's the kind of start you want to see if you're a Giants fan. Defense getting plays in the backfield, and it is an old cliche that the line of scrimmage, the offensive line versus defensive line, who wins that battle often dictates who wins the game. And I really feel like in this case, that's what we're going to see. Can Arizona... He's going to have no problem dicing up the secondary, but on the other end, the Giants can get some pressure. We know what happens. Those throw at a sack interceptions come up, and those missed fired throws as well. Second down here from the 20-yard line. 4-man rush. Here comes Ojulari off the edge. It doesn't matter. Kyler throws a dime, and Gabe Davis is loose down the sideline. You can kiss him goodbye. 80 yards. So you can take everything I just said and etch-a-sketch it, erase it, because the pressure was there, and Kyler still made one of the best throws I've seen. To Gabe Davis, who does the rest. And for those of you just joining us, no need to adjust your television screens. That score is correct. 7-0 Arizona as they strike on 2 plays. And technically it's 77 yards total in the drive because it started at the 23. They lost 3 yards on the first play, but either way, Arizona off to a beautiful start. And for New York, they will take over at the 25, and this is where we will see Brahman. And he's had a pretty solid season this year for New York as the Giants finished in, I want to say, second place in the NFC East. And 3 teams made the playoffs out of that division. And the 4th one, Washington, missed by a game. So shout out to the NFC East, sporting a very competitive division this season. As the Giants' possession will start with a play-action pass. Brahman, plenty of time. And now he's going to decide to take off and run. Picks up some yardage, and he gets pummeled right at the first down marker, but he will have a first down for New York. Matt Milano, the one that administered the punishment, but Brahman picks up 11. Giants have a first down, and maybe not the way you want to see it if you're a Giants fan, but a productive first play of the drive. Now the Giants are going to spread the formation across. You have 3 receivers. Barkley's out wide. As the 4-man rush comes down the middle, pass is overshot, looking for Gesicki on the drag route that time. And again, I know there's plenty of things to complain about with the way this Madden has ended, but those tight end catches, they seem to be really hit or miss, especially the out-breaking routes. It's really rare to see a drag route get missed there, but pressure was up the middle as this throw is on time to OBJ. My goodness, that is an NFL throw right there. The window could not have been tighter. As you see the replay here, he lofts it just over the arms of Isaiah Simmons, and OBJ is sandwiched between two Cardinal defenders before making that grab. The ageless wonder, Odell Beckham Jr. Quick throw. Here's Saquon Barkley's first touch today, and it's off of a check down, and he's close to the first down for New York. So on 3 plays, New York has picked up 2 first downs, and they're now looking at a second down and short, and in hopes of picking up their 3rd consecutive first down. Barkley with hands on his hips here, but he will still run the route, make the catch, have the first down as he tiptoes out of bounds at the 22 of Arizona. 3 minutes into the first quarter, we've already seen fireworks from the Arizona offense. The Giants are taking a more methodical approach on their opening possession as they are now into the, just outside the red zone at the 22-yard line. Brahman again, all 5 plays have been passes. Brahman this time won't be able to get rid of the football as he's dragged down by Trenton Simpson. First-round draft pick all the way back in 2024 as he was selected with the 11th pick of that draft, and he makes the first splash play for the Arizona defense. So now a negative play on first down, second down. Giants will give it to Kadarius Toney on the jet touch pass, and he won't find anywhere to go. Great defense there from the Cardinals. Maybe 2 yards on that little trick play from New York. And what was a promising drive that got all the way to the 22-yard line has now reached an impasse here with 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Again, Giants are going to spread the formation here. It's 3rd and 20. Cardinals show pressure. They send it. Here comes Lamonte, and it causes the incomplete pass. Check that, Lamonte View. As the Giants will have to send out K for the long field goal. This is going to be 50 yards. And from the left hash mark, he wrote on the hold, K, the kick has the distance, and it is true. So from 50 yards out, K is able to knock it in, and that will cut the lead from 7 to 4. Both teams scoring on that opening possession. The Cardinals found the end zone. Giants settle for 3. Here's Stanford, second kick return of the day. Giants coming into this game, one of the worst special teams units in the league. They gave up over 7 kick return touchdowns this season. And I'm sure you know that after seeing Kenny talk about that ad nauseum in the chat. So second possession here for Arizona. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line, identical to that last possession, which was at the 23. And then just 2 plays, they were able to go down the field. Murray, the pass over the middle, and this one is dropped. And that's why Gabe Davis maybe doesn't get the shine or recognition nationally, is because of the fact that he does have those drop issues. You've seen it time and time again this season for Arizona. Of course, Davis has had a spectacular season, nothing to take away from what he's done. It's just that he has that Braylon Edwards trait where he's 6'4", and for some reason sometimes you just can't seem to get the concentration down to make those catches. So, incomplete pass on first down. Giants will take that, and it will send us to 2nd and 10. And Miles Sanders checking into the ball game along with Al Jair. And what a transformation Al Jair has brought the Cardinals' run game this season. As it's Miles Sanders, Al Jair with the huge block in the middle, and a great run for Sanders as he bolts for 24. So I talked about Al Jair. He actually had the lead block this time, and as the handoff went to Sanders, and he had a clear gap to run through. Big pickup, longest run of the day by either team. Play clock now down to 2 seconds. Murray does get it off. Here comes pressure. And down goes Murray. Kayvon Thibodeau with his first sack this afternoon. Second time today we've seen a New York Giant pass rusher in the backfield, though. See how the Cardinals respond here. 2nd and long. And they try to set up the screen there, and it's well covered. Nick Bolton was able to diagnose that one. And another loss, this time for 2, maybe 3 yards, as Trey McBride's first reception does not go as planned. So back-to-back negative plays. We'll set up 3rd and a long 22. Kyler Comes pressure from the left side and he loses the football. Who's got it? It's Thibodeau, and he's going to take it back for 6. Kayvon Thibodeau off the forced fumble from Aziz Ojulari. And now I'm a little confused. Maybe what I said in the one side of this broadcast is how this game is going to go. As on that possession, the pass rush from New York dominated, and the extra point is good. Over the last 2 seasons, nobody has more combined sacks than Aziz Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau. And you're seeing why. As again, the Giants are a team, they don't have to blitz a lot because you have those 2 talented bookend rushers. Stanford this time, again, not much doing. Taking down for 23 on the kick return. So after jumping out to the 7-0 lead, the Giants have now scored 10 unanswered. As we wind down the final 2.5 minutes of the opening frame. See the game trends at the top of your screen. 42 total yards for New York, 69 for Arizona. Those of you just joining us, there was a fumble 6 scored by New York on that last possession. Here's Al-Jair's first carry of the day, and he's showing that brute strength that made him so popular amongst the Desert faithful. He picks up 9 there on the first down give. And it'll take us a second down and short. This is the first of 6 wild card matchups here in Super Wild Card Weekend. This is the 3-6 matchup in the NFC. So again, if Arizona is able to prevail here, they'll take on the 2 seed, or the lowest remaining seed in the tournament. Here's a first down pickup by Murray as he takes a shot to the chin that will pick up the 3 yards necessary to keep this drive going. New set of downs for the Cardinals here at the 34-yard line. Give up the middle, Al-Jair. Nice run this time as he is across the 40-yard line. Into the 41-yard line he'll go before being stopped. As you see the Giants trying to send the bodies down into the line of scrimmage, but that time it was just a better run blocking scheme from Arizona. Cardinals will stick with this 2 tight end set here on second down. This time it's play action. Murray running out of time, and he will check it down. That's Al-Jair, who has enough for the first down, according to my estimation, and that is correct. So another short game, but another first down after Al-Jair did the dirty work on the first down carry. He'll pick up the first down through the air. Cardinals 5 yards away from the midfield stripe here. And Murray somehow gets this away amongst pressure and completes it. That is the number 2 tight end who will gain up to the 49-yard line, and that'll be the end of quarter number 1 from State Farm Stadium. Glendale, Arizona, the site here of this wild card matchup. The visiting New York Giants lead by 3. And correction on that, that was Terrace Marshall, the former Carolina Panther and LSU Tiger, who made that reception. So gain of 6 there on the first down, and it's now 2nd and 2. Check that 2nd and 4 from the New York 49-yard line. Cardinals coming into this game 12-5, winning the NFC West for the 2nd time this Madden. And an interesting division. The NFC West is the only division where all 4 teams won the division at least one time in this Madden cycle. Which, you think about the people in that division, it makes it even crazier when you realize Glico's played like 6 games. First down, that's Trey McBride, the number 1 tight end out of Notre Dame. And this time he was able to get positive yardage and keep the drive alive. Byron Murphy, the former Cardinal, there to make the tackle. 3-by-1 set for Kyler, 4-man rush. Looking to the right, McBride again, and that is a beauty of a throw. Complete, and another first down for Arizona. And we saw the man coverage that time, and Trey McBride on that corner route was able to create the separation needed. And I know as a defense, it drives you crazy. You know that corner route's coming. It's really tough to stop, get that outside leverage, and keep the tight end from boxing you out. Counter run this time for Al-Jair. He tries to cut it back, and he loses his footing, but does have enough for a Cardinal first down. Remember, folks, this drive started back at the 23-yard line with about 2:40 left to go in the quarter. Now we're inside the 8-minute mark here at the 2nd, and the Cardinals have a goal to go. Another counter run. This time Al-Jair runs into a brick wall by the name of Dexter Lawrence, and he is a space eater up front. Big number 97. I mean, we talked about the pass rushers, but this is the guy that really makes the engine go, both in the run and pass game. Dexter Lawrence, one of the best, if not the best, defensive tackle in the league. Play action. Kyler delivers a fastball for a touchdown. A former center fielder showing off the arm on that throw as Gabe Davis has touchdown number 2. An extra point is no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and Jonathan Garibay is going to have to shake off the rust this time and come back and kick the football away. So a touchdown that does not have an extra point added onto it. So it is a 3-point lead now for Arizona. Returning this one is Gore. He works his way across the 20 to the 23. And for the Giants, it's been quite a layoff for Brahman and the offense, as they have not been on the field since the midway mark of the first quarter. Only have had one possession. They finished that drive out with a field goal and then scored a touchdown defensively on the next possession. So this is only drive number 2 for New York. And on that first drive, they saw some success getting the ball inside the opponent 30-yard line, and then once it got down to the red zone, the drive fell apart with a couple of negative plays. Adjustments being made here at the line of scrimmage. Brahman, this is the first handoff for Barkley, and it's going to be a big gain across midfield. Here comes Olakun. Can he catch him? Barkley cuts it back and then is taken down by a host at the 29-yard line. You give him 48 yards on his first run today. So that will take us to the 29-yard line of Arizona. And the Giants doing what they do so well with ball number 26. Look at the blocking this time. He could make anybody be able to run in for that touchdown. My goodness. The offensive line did its job and then some, as on just 2 runs, Saquon goes the 77 yards needed to find Pater, and the Giants quickly retake the lead. An extra point by K is good. Well, that's the second drive we've seen this afternoon go 2 plays and 77 yards, under a minute. Arizona did it to open the game, and we just saw the Giants do the same thing here with 6:26 to go in the half. And I want to remind folks of the history between these two opponents. One of the first games I ever called in the NFASL was a wild card matchup between Arizona and New York back in, I think, Madden 19. And both teams had 24-point leads in that game, and both blew them. And, of course, the Cardinals came back to win that one, as on this play, Kyler was trying to buy time, but Dexter Lawrence says, nah. He gets to his quarterback at the 10-yard line. That's a loss of 15. And right now, the New York Giants are winning at the line of scrimmage on both ends, offense and defense. Second and a long 25. Throw over the middle. It's caught. Michael Pittman getting in on the action. And again, you see Kyler fitting this ball in some really tight spots. Both quarterbacks have done it well thus far. As the only turnover today has been a sack fumble. And again, that was returned for a touchdown. When we talked to Coach Lon before this game, I think he was a little upset that he won the division. It's rare that somebody is mad that they move up, but I think that a lot of teams wanted to play Tampa in that wild card game, as Aldair's got a big gainer on the swing pass up to the 45-yard line. And to wrap a button on that story, I remember seeing the chat, Lon again took the force win against Icy due to his suspension and said, let me get this straight, because Icy got suspended, I have to play Kenny instead of Kevin now. And we'll see if that was bulletin board material for those G-men. As Kyler lofting a rainbow, it's caught, but does Pittman have both feet in? No. They say that left foot was the only foot that he got in bounds. Right foot was out of bounds. So that'll be an incomplete pass. And throw that Kyler, he put it on the money. You like to see your receiver show a little bit better sideline awareness there. Get the puppies in bounds. Second down, back to the air. Kyler. This throw, again threading the needle. Oh, man, I know Coach Kenny. I'm not near my phone, but if I was, I know he's in the chat about how close he's getting to these interceptions. 4th reception on the half for Trey McBride. As you see, the cat and mouse game between these two users is getting better and better as the game is progressing. And we have a little bit of not necessarily a lull, but this is maybe the first time we've seen either coach take their time calling the play, getting out of the huddle here. It's been razzle-dazzle, it's been quick pace, it's been seesaw here in Glendale. 3rd and 4. Throw over the middle, caught for the first down. Who else? Gabe Davis. He has been masterful in this first half. And another big reception for big play Gabe. It takes the Cardinals inside the 35 of New York. Now under 3 minutes to play. Murray comes pressure up the middle. He sees it. He fires. And he finds Davis once more. Back-to-back receptions. This one will go from 17. And on consecutive possessions, the Cardinals have found the red zone. Giants defense is reeling here. It's a handoff for Al-Jair. He's got the first down, one man to beat, and of course he says, "Get off me," as he rumbles into the end zone for a Cardinals touchdown. Great Selly there as well with the Frankenstein dance as the extra point, this time by Garibay, is down the middle. 8-play, 75-yard drive for the Cardinals. That one was a drive that took only 3 minutes off the game clock. And I think it plays into why the Cardinals have the number 1 offense in a bottom 10 defenses. It looks like we had a fumble, and who got it? It went right back to New York. So Gore, who was fortunate enough to hold on to his own fumble this time, to get the replay. That ball is out. And he was able to fall on it and avoids disaster right there. But before the fumble happened, we were talking about the Cardinals' offense. They score so quickly. They get so many extra possessions. I think that's why their defense gives up so many yards, because of the extra amount of time that they're on the field. Barkley, as you see his gaudy numbers here in the first half, 3 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Will get just 3 yards on this one, and we've hit the 2-minute warning. 20-17 our score. Arizona up by 3. Giants have the ball. And this could be a chance for them to double dip, as Arizona got the ball first to start the game. So Giants would get it first to start the second. Brahman looking deep, and he is picked. It's the rookie Stanford on the interception, and he's taken down at the 29-yard line. We talked about the throw out of sack animations. Didn't really mention it so much on this side of the ball, but it rears its ugly head. Brahman had a one-on-one shot with Kadarius Toney down the field, but he didn't have the time to get the throw off. And that wobbler ends up getting picked. This time, Murray, it is caught again. Marshall hit hard, but he holds on to the football and picks up, let's see, about 15 more. As you see, a couple of possessions we've seen the Giants pass rush dominate, but on the last 2, it's been the front 5 for Arizona, keeping Kyler clean. Another red zone possession, chance to open this up to a 2-possession lead. Here comes pressure off the edge. Quick throw is caught by McBride, but a fantastic open field tackle made by Bolton. Limits the tight end to just 2, as we are now inside of 60 seconds to go in the half. Kyler has his X factor, which I believe is run and gun, which gives him perfect accuracy on all throws made outside the pocket on the run. Kyler over the middle, caught for the touchdown. He has been hitting guys in stride and throwing this ball. And again, I've said this phrase maybe 7 times already, but through some seriously tight windows. And Kyler has now tossed his 3rd touchdown of the first half. Extra point is good. Lead swells to 10. And for the Giants, again, 52 seconds. You have all your timeouts. Now the story changes. At first it was, we want to score, get the ball back, chance to take the lead, and get that double dip. Now it's, okay, we need to get something on this drive so we can get the chance to tie the game or take the lead on the 3rd quarter opening possession. So after that return from Gore, he got to the 25-yard line, and it looked like he had a chance to get more as he was brought down from behind. Again, Brahman, who just threw an interception moments ago. That was Stanford. Only turnover today for New York. Inside zone for Barkley. And a great play made in space by Olakun. You saw him bouncing off of the left guard as if it was a bumper car. And that momentum actually pushed him into the route that Saquon Barkley was looking to hit between the left tackle and left guard. And as a runner, that drives you crazy. And as a defensive coordinator, you love to see that because, you know, it's one of those things where you didn't expect the tackle to happen, but it did. Quick throw over the middle. This one's caught, high pointed by Darius Slayton. That's right, Darius Slayton, still a New York Giant here in 2026. First reception today for him, 17-yard pickup. And timeout called by the G-men. 39 seconds left to go in the half. The Giants again about 25 yards away from Michael Kay's field goal range. Brawlman taking a shot down the field, and he's intercepted again. It's Carruthers this time, a big defensive back. Picks off Brayman, and the Cardinals will take over inside their own 20. So in a game that was seesaw and back and forth, the Cardinals, with 34 seconds left, they have an opportunity to break this one open. Murray, middle, got him again. This time it's Trey McBride. And Kyler is flirting with 300 yards passing in just the first half here. He's up to 268. And a timeout called by the Cardinals with 29 seconds left in the half. Reminder, this is the 3-6 matchup in the NFC. Winner of this game typically determines where the winner of the 4-5 goes. Usually the 2-7 will definitely do that, but since the 3-6 is being played first, this will be the opportunity for them to get it done beforehand. Timeout called by New York. They saw something defensively they did not like and decided to regroup on the sideline. So we'll run it back here again from the 48-yard line. Those of you just joining us, Cardinals have scored 4 touchdowns, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground, 1 missed extra point. That's how they got to the 27. And for the Giants, 2 touchdowns. 1 was a rushing touchdown from Saquon Barkley. The other was a Kayvon Thibodeau fumble recovery for 6. Oh, setting up a screen, great call. And green grass for Al-Jair at the 30, at the 20, inside the 15, and gets out of bounds at that marker. What a play call there from Arizona as Al-Jair picks up 34 yards. And it just feels as if the Arizona Cardinals play calling has just had an answer for everything that the Giants have tried to do scheme-wise. In the red zone for a 3rd possession in a row. Will this one end with 6? As Kyler will make a few adjustments pre-snap. Murray looking end zone for Al-Jair, and he cannot hold on to the football. Caught between a rock and a hard place that time was Tyler Al-Jair as he was trying to get the feet in bounds, but he forgot the most important step, which is catching the football. So the incomplete pass will keep the clock stopped here with 15 ticks left in the first half. And for the Cardinals, they'll try it again here from the 15. First of 6 wild card matchups this weekend here in the final season of Madden 23. Murray flush out of the pocket, he rolls to his right. He's looking back for the man in the middle, and it is caught for the touchdown. This has just been a straight-up dissection of the New York Giants defense today as Kyler has now thrown over 300 yards and over 4 touchdowns in this half. And for those of you that were wondering how the Cardinals were able to put out a #1 offense in the NFASL, I think this has shown us as you see a diverse array of play calls, a diverse array of routes, and a diverse array of touchdown passes for Kyler Murray. Doubled up the Giants right now, 34-17. Just 9 seconds remain in the half. And for the Giants here, logic would tell you not to do anything crazy. But we know that Saquon Barkley is always able to break out one of those special runs. as he loses the football. Are you kidding me? He loses the football, and the Giants have fumbled it away. And now the Cardinals have a chance to add on to their lead even further. Folks, this was 20-17 with about a minute, 51 to go in half. And in that time frame, we have now just witnessed a 20-point swing. Field goal is good. And the Cardinals go into the break up by 20. Giants have a lot of work to do, and it will begin in the third quarter with their opening possession. They have turned the ball over on their final 3 possessions of the first half. As for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals offense, I think this is one of the hardest things to do in a playoff game. Regular season, it's one thing, you have the big lead, you just try to run the clock out, what have you. Playoffs, you got to be able to keep your foot on the gas pedal, continue to throw the ball, move it down the field. And you can't get too cute here, because that's how these Giants find themselves back into the game, time and time again. So again, we mentioned it will start on this possession here for New York. At their own 25-yard line, Brahman, who had a promising start to this game, first drive led the team down the field, they got the field goal. Second drive, they were unfortunately picked off. Then the third drive, they found the end zone with Barkley. As this drive starts with an incomplete pass, as that right edge has been a problem area for the New York Giants. Pass blocking. That was the same edge that we saw the first interception caused by. So quickly, 2nd down and 10. It's the 4-man rush. Brahman complete. It is Mike Gesicki, first time calling his name this afternoon. As he picks up 15. Giants already in the no huddle. Of course, down by 3 possessions, they can do that. As Kadarius Toney works his way inside the 45. Giants again with this up-tempo approach here out of the halftime break. Just 45 seconds have already worked their way inside the 30, and now inside the 20. Gesicki trucking through defenders and inside the 15. Actually, they'll mark him at the 16-yard line, but the Giants finding some success here on this drive as they, just 3 plays, have reached the red zone. Brahman stepping up in the pocket, and he won't find anything but some black jerseys. Taken down at the line of scrimmage by LaMontague as well as Buda Baker. Giants again in this 3-by-1 formation, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. That's Saquon Barkley, of course. And the draw will go to Barkley. He immediately tries to jolt to the right, and he can't find his way back to the line of scrimmage. So then this drive gets inside the 20, and it's beginning to stall here. 3rd and 11. Brahman looking for Barkley. Saquon gets away from 1, trucks a 2nd, and is pushed out at the 2. What a Herculean effort from Saquon Barkley on 3rd and 11. Takes that little check down out route, and he turns it into a pickup of 13. And the Giants are knocking at the door. Barkley now lining up to the left of Brahman. And they give it to him again, and Barkley stuffed at the 1-yard line by a couple of Arizona Cardinal defensive linemen. This drive started at the 23-yard line, and just over 3.5 minutes later, Giants are now a yard away from getting this down to 2 possessions. Handoff again. Barkley finds the hole, and he waltzes in for his 2nd touchdown on the day. Short one this time, 1 yard out. Giants do exactly what they need to do. Come out and find the end zone, as the extra point is good. And it is now a 13-point game. 74-yard drive, 9 plays, 3 minutes, 47 seconds will come off the clock. And for Arizona, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. How would Kyler Murray do against this pass rush? And he did have a fumble 6, as this return from Stanford doesn't get back to the 20. He did have a fumble 6, but he has thrown 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards in the first half. What adjustments did Coach Kenny come up with here in the second half? Well, we're going to find out. 3 tight ends set here. Kyler's going to start by throwing. And he will take the open tight end, Trey McBride, as he is taken down at the 47. So Kyler picks up right where he left off in the first half. Another 20. We have a couple of visual technical difficulties here we're going to try to scrub out for you. As Kyler again gets it off in time. Screen set up beautifully. Al-Jair by himself down the far sideline and eventually is caught up and taken down at the 18. But again, it feels as if the Cardinals have a camera on the New York Giants defensive play sheet, because every time it seems like they send pressure, they have a screen set up for it. In their own zone, they seem to be able to pick that apart as well. There's a run for Al-Jair, and he's going to gain a healthy 5. And that will take the Cardinals inside the 15. Kelly Ringo man to make the tackle there. And this New York Giant defense, they're going to need to come up with an answer quickly, because you know how comebacks work. You're going to have to get stops and then score. And the offense has done their part so far. Can the defense make it happen? As Al-Jair just pushes people out of his way. He had a mission for 6, and that mission is accomplished. Touchdown, Arizona. That's Al-Jair's second. Cardinals are going to go for 2 to make this a 21-point game. And a loss for McBride, caught, and a 2-point conversion's good. So the Cardinals waste no time coming back down and answering the Giants' touchdown possession with one of their own. That took 2 minutes and 17 seconds to accomplish. And for the Giants, they find themselves now down by 21. And with exactly 4 minutes on the clock, you're in that position of the game where you're going to have to score every time you touch the football. And to be honest, I don't know if you can give up any more points defensively. So Giants in that sort of danger mode here midway through the third. Drive will begin with a completion to Tony. He has first down yardage as he's taken down at the 42. And a dangerous throw is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Gesicki. So Brahman trying to go for a tougher throw that time. That guy right over the middle. I guess he didn't see him, as that'll take it to second down. Throw in the middle, Tony, first down again as he's across midfield to the 41. Now Brahman making some pre-snap adjustments. Giving the ball to Barkley on the inside zone carry as he is ragdolled at 37. Pick up a 4 on first down. Here's the second down play. 3-man rush from Arizona, picked up well. And this throw for OBJ is disbarred by Buda Baker. 3-on-3 climb that time, as Baker lodges the football out, or dislodges the football, I'll say. And it's now third down. Brahman looking to the air once more. And he's got a man, and it is incomplete. That is the youngster, Rush. Couldn't hold on to the football. And more than likely, the Giants will go for it here. Seeing as a field goal would only give them an 18-point deficit. They need a touchdown here. All right, third down turned into fourth down. Cardinals showing pressure. Will they send it? And they will. It's picked up by Barkley. Brahman has enough time to let one go, and it's to nobody. Nearest receiver was Slayton, and the Giants turn it over on downs and now find themselves in a very precarious situation. Nope, Kyler will hand it off to Al-Jair. Gets 2 yards on the first down give. And at this point, if you're the Cardinals, it is tempting to just keep running the ball with the clock run, but in the back of your head, you got to remember this is a playoff game. You don't play not to lose, you play to win. Handoff, check that. Kyler keeps himself on the read option and finds about 5. Again, just roughly each first down will take off about 2 minutes of game time. 3rd and 3. Cardinals need to get to the 46. Screen set up again, and Al-Jair has the first down as he keeps the legs churning. Kyler, 22 of 25, as he is flirting with 400 yards passing, and with that reception, Tyler Al-Jair has eclipsed 100 yards receiving this afternoon. Also has 2 touchdowns on the ground to go along with it. This could be the final play of the 3rd quarter, as Kyler will hand it off to Al-Jair, and he goes backwards. Loses 2 as he'll go back across the midfield stripe as the tackle made by Hurd.
There won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup.
All right, that'll do it for the 3rd quarter here from State Farm Stadium. The hometown Cardinals looking to move up to the divisional round. They have the lead and the football, up by 21 here to start the 4th quarter.
Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Al-Jair on the handoff. Breaks 1 tackle before 2 more Giants combine at the 46. You see Al-Jair's numbers on the ground. He's averaging almost 6 yards a carry. And those are the types of numbers that win you football games, both in the regular season and in the postseason. Now 3rd down and 8. And Kyler's had this X factor lit up since about midway through the 2nd quarter. Giants have not been able to get it off yet. And that will continue as he immediately finds Gabe Davis. First reception this half. But boy, were they busy in the first half, as you see his numbers. 5 catches, $149, 2 touchdowns. And Kyler with that last throw, I think, is over 400 yards now. So Giants in desperation mode. You see them bringing everybody down to the line of scrimmage. It doesn't matter because Al-Jair's got a first down and a lot more. Down to the 6-yard line as he goes for 21. That just pushes the average up even more. As you see, it's now over 7 yards a carry.
Starting to look like this drive may be the final nail in the coffin.
This is why you work out so hard, right? This is
Murray.
why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs.
From the 6-yard line, will call his own number. Can he get outside and make the man miss? He cannot. He gets the first part done. He found the edge, but Byron Murphy Jr. was waiting with the boomstick at the 3-yard line. Play action. Murray looking for Al-Jair. He's got him for the touchdown. And I don't want to say the fat lady is singing, but Lizzo is warming up as we speak. 52-24. Oh, I spoke too soon. This field goal is blocked. I have in my years never seen that animation. It got blocked, but it still had a chance to go in. My goodness. So that's the 2nd missed extra point today for Garibay, and really the only negative, if you want to try to nitpick this Cardinal performance, that would be it. As they have been outstanding on both sides of the football today. All 3 phases have played well. And that's how you get a 50-burger during these playoffs. So the deficit is 4 possessions nonetheless, 27. 7 minutes left to go in the game. And at this point, if you're a New York fan, might be time to start thinking about baseball season. Then it could be the final game of Coach Kenny's tenure here in this Madden. New York Giants are a team in the past that had been a perennial playoff threat. Kenny was able to make the playoffs of this season and I believe 2 others. But again, with the incoming coach Bacchus joining this Madden, it did change the power paradigm shift, if you will, of the NFC East, as the Eagles have won the division each and every season, all 5 years of this Madden. But again, I mentioned the Cowboys and Eagles will take each other on for the 3rd time. They split earlier this season, as Brahman's out here throwing recklessly now. Incomplete. take a second down, but we have that game, and then the other NFC matchup that still has to be played involves the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, after 4 seasons of not making the playoffs, finally found postseason success here in Season 5. Over on the AFC side, the AFC North had 2 teams sported, as this ball is considered a fumble. Barkley was able to clean it up, and now he's running for his life. Let's see how this one finishes out. He's going to reverse field. Oh, boy, and now he's got a little bit of a room. Wait a minute. He reverses field. He's going to get a first down. He might get more than that. Barkley's still going. Inside the 20 and finally taken out at the 15-yard line. My goodness. It won't change the result of the game. But my goodness, Saquon Barkley just turned that. Let's see, he picked this up at the 29-yard line and ended up getting all the way to the opponent's 17. So, let's see if my math is still good. That's 21 plus 33. Yeah, that's a 56-yard play as he tries it again, and this time the ball was out of bounds. So we've reached that point of the game, folks, where the Giants are just shelling out their trick plays. But to continue that AFC playoff conversation, you see the ticker there. The Browns are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs as Brahman will get close. Oh, I thought he had a touchdown that time, but he's just a yard shy. As the Giants trying to end their season on a positive note. Buffalo will be taking on Jacksonville in the 4-5 matchup. And then in the 3-6, it will be, as this handoff goes nowhere for Barkley. Actually, no, I think I had that incorrect. The 3-6 is the Buffalo-Jacksonville game. The 4-5 is Pittsburgh and Denver. Barkley this time able to find his 3rd touchdown visit. All 3 of them from inside a 5-yard run, but a little too late here for the G-men. And we'll go for 2 to try to get this down to 19. And Brahman will call his own number, and it won't work. Cardinals all over it. So the deficit remains at 21. Onside kick. Dave Davis there to recover it for the Cardinals. And that should unofficially do it here. Second down give. Al Jair falls down at the 39, maybe a loss of 2 yards there. As the 1 seeds for each respective conference over in the AFC is the New York Jets. They went 15-2. And so did the Detroit Lions, who are looking to go back-to-back for the first time since Super Bowls 23 and 24. Al Jair on 3rd down picks up the first on his own. And that'll take us inside the 2-minute mark, actually to the 2-minute warning. And at that point, if both coaches are ready to call it, I think you could just take the quarterback knee 3 times and get out of here.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
And Jair again up the middle. Giants, for now, look like they're going to hold onto their timeouts.
Was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
One more time up the middle.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Not much on that run, Charles.
I'd like to thank, let's see, I'm trying to think what they actually say at this point. They usually start shouting out the entire production team, so the spotters, the cameramen, the gaffers, the statisticians that give them all the information they need to sound smart. And then, of course, all the people in the truck there. the video editors, and of course the commentators. But yeah, it's been a Madden that started out with so much promise. As Pittman gets the first down, we're going to put it away here. Started out with so much promise. Season 1, I mean, the gameplay was fantastic. Seasons 2 through 4 started to get worse and worse, and I applaud the commissioners at the idea of changing the sliders up for Season 5, and for a minute that did work. It just was things that sliders can't touch, aggressive catching, high passing, the fumbles that happened off of some really silly animations. That, I think, is what is, of course, along with Madden itself, with not being open on Christmas, or every time they update the game when it crashes. All of those things, I think, is why we were able to get through 5 seasons here. But nonetheless, we keep it going. Arizona will move on to the divisional round. The New York Giants season is over.
Run season 6.
30, our final score. As you hear Coach Ron in the hot mic wants to go another season. I think you're one of the 8 people that probably want to keep doing that, man. I think we're good.
No, this damn group.
We are good. We had our fun. Now, I will say this, though. I don't think that whoever wins this Super Bowl deserves an asterisk, because everyone that made it either built their team up to this point or was consistent enough to get here. So
facts.
I don't see it as one of those one-off things like Deuce's last ring, where we started the league over with season 1 rosters. I get that one.
Yeah, one ring Deuce. Let's make sure we let it be known he has one ring. Fucking restarts.
So, take a look at the stats here. Again, that was a diversification there. It looked like Kyler was playing with his portfolio the way he was passing the ball around. Perfect passer rating, only 3 incompletions. Really, the only mistake he made was the fumble 6.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, the 5 touchdowns, 420 yards passing. Al-Jair almost had himself a double-double. And a complete effort from the Cardinals. Will wrap it up here from Glendale. So for the entire NFASL crew, I'm Thomas Jones IV. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and Game 1 of 6 is done. Let's see who's next up to bat here in the Wild Card Weekend. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
Peace out, GOAT.
Yeah, see you, man.